Devastating day here in East Cleveland as this fire scene that killed one person and resulted in 2 homes being destroyed. Now I have here with me the City Fire Marshal, East Cleveland Fire Marshal Thomas Booth, and the Fire Chief, Chief Worley. So can you first start by telling me what happened here today?
So call came in about 4:30 this morning for actual working fire of a home. When crews got here, they saw that it was actually 2 working house fires. Immediately we were notified that there was possibly someone in the house. The neighbors and family were pretty confident that someone was in the house. Fire crews immediately started to make an entrance to investigate. They had a tough time getting in initially, but they did make their way in, and that's when they proceeded to fire tactics.
Now, many neighbors I've spoken to today have had major concerns about the fire hydrant, saying it took a long time to get to especially the second home. Was there a water pressure issue? How significant was that? And how long did it take you to get full power to really attack this fire?
So yes, there was fire pressure issues. The great thing is we were able to get water, but there was an issue with water pressure because we typically like the pressure to be at a certain point. It had not gotten there, so initially the officer in charge immediately made a tactic change and tapped into a hydrant that he was able to get better pressure from. But yes, there was some pressure issues with the hydrant. Possibly the issue could have been just because of work being done on the main road down below the street. However, lots of cities oftentimes have issues with pressure. So that's one of the things we're working with.
And I spoke with the neighbor who lost his home, the second home. He said his cat also died, and he was really frustrated, saying he felt like he could run in the time that the pressure issues were getting solved and save his cat. I mean, are you concerned that these pressure issues led to that?
It is. Unfortunately, it's not a fire department thing that we can resolve. It's a water department thing that we can resolve. So hopefully the water department will work out the issues to be able to help us get the pressure that we need.
And now, where does this go from here? How does the investigation start?
So the investigation started right after I got the call from Deputy Fire Chief. I activated the Heights Hillcrest Fire Investigation Unit immediately thereafter due to the possibility of we had a victim still in the fire, and then also the State Fire Marshal's office was also notified at that time. So, with ongoing efforts throughout the day with all the organizations and the different departments, at around 1,700 hours, we were able to make a positive recovery at that location. Now the medical examiners have been notified, and they're on the way. And then, but this is still an ongoing investigation, and there's nothing else that we can provide until.
And I guess the last thing on these pressure issues, what is your message to people who live in East Cleveland who are worried if something happens and the fire department gets there that they won't have enough water to put out their home?
Well, first off, there's always enough water. There are certain parts of the city due to the infrastructure of being repaired that they may have pressure. Overall throughout the city, water pressure is not an issue, but there are pockets of the city where that will be an issue.
Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Yep.
All right, we'll have all the latest updates on this investigation as we find out, and we'll be sure to post those on our website, cleveland19.com. For Now Live in Cleveland, Catherine Huntley, 19 News.